You are live, but I'm feeling dead. Hello, friends and folks, Romans and countrymen. This is the Aaron Zero show with an edition of Today's Noise, where we discuss today's noise or today's news. So, what do we have here? Well, at the top of the list is President Trump. And apparently, President Trump is very annoyed at the recent Supreme Court ruling by a 6-3 majority, especially because some of the judges he appointed on the Supreme Court have turned turtle on him and want to respect the rule of law and not the rule of the mob boss. And we're talking about Amy Coney Barrett and Neil Gorsuch. So these two judges were appointed by Mr. Trump, and now they've turned the tables on him, and they've said that imposing tariffs is illegal, and only the Congress can do that, the U.S. Congress. And Mr. Trump doesn't like the sound of that, and he's called them lapdogs of the left, disloyal, and a lot of other stuff. I don't know. And privately, he might be doing something else. Who knows? But Mr. Trump wants to get around this by going to other obscure laws and increase the tariff to, at present, as today's news is 15%. Originally, it was 10%, but now it's gone up to 15%. And who knows how much it will go tomorrow. And so he has thrown the world trade into turmoil, so to speak. And a lot of those tariffs, which amount to about anywhere from 130 to 190 billion dollars, would have to be refunded to the countries concerned, importers, exporters, whatnot. And the Supreme Court has left that to the lower courts to decide who's going to get what. At the same time, some of the governors of the US state are hot on the money trail, and the Illinois governor, Pritzker, has sent a $9 billion bill to the Trump administration. They want $9 billion, and they've calculated that each Illinois family has paid $1,700, so they want the money back. And California cannot be far behind. I'm sure Governor Newsom has something cooked up on his sleeve too, because California pays a lot of taxes to the US government. So that is where we stand. But of course, it has been a victory for the underdog, so to speak. There was a US company called Learning Resources, toy company. I guess they were importing learning toys for kids and Montessori stuff and all that, especially from India. And one of the lead lawyers in the case against the government is Mr. Neil Katyal, who used to be Solicitor General during Obama administration. So it's a great victory for him, and he says it's a victory for the American justice system, which is the bedrock of the US Constitution, and no president is above the law, so to speak. So I'm just wondering what about the other cases that where the president could not be above the law? And on my mind is the Eppenstein files. And of course, I personally feel that the lady who is sitting there in a minimum security jail, Ghislaine Maxwell, should be interrogated to the fullest extent possible, and then she will spill the beans. I mean, she was hand in glove with Mr. Jeffrey and was the main provider and arranger of all the services that Mr. Eppenstein used and promoted. So people don't forget Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell has to be interrogated in a big way. Of course, there are all kinds of theories and statements that are coming out on the internet, and they say that many U.S. politicians have been found in the U.S. In the Epstein files. Who knows? Uh, we can only talk about the ones that we know. Prince Andrew, for example. I mean, and apparently the Prime Minister of Norway, and I don't know what other, and some fellow in the Middle East also. So those are just some of them. Anyway, let us move on. Microsoft has appointed an Indian origin woman, Asha Sharma. I mean, she's born in Wisconsin and she's been in the IT industry for quite some time. But she's going to be the CEO of Microsoft's gaming division, and she'll be in charge of Xbox, etc., and all that. And according to Mr. Satya Nadella, the chairman, she does a great job. And she was already before at another company called Core AI, and then she was at Meta. So she has a lot of experience. So that's another feather in the Indian origin cap. And the ambassador to Israel, US ambassador, Mr. Huckabee, in an interview to Mr. Carlson, says that Israel should be available to take the entire Middle Eastern land. Apparently, according to the Bible, the Israelis are allowed to take all the land of the Middle East, and of course, to which Middle Eastern countries have highly objected. And as we're speaking about that, the Israelis are trying to do an illegal annexation of the West Bank area, and they'll quickly, hurriedly build settlements and then claim it's part of Israel. That is the Israeli story since 1948, stealing the land whenever they can, and not letting a Palestinian state come up. I think that is the thing they are most scared of, because once there's a Palestinian state, then you have to abide by the international laws, and that's what it looks like anyway. And what else do we have in the international news? There's a bus service that's going to be running from Agartala in India to Dhaka in Bangladesh, uh, a journey of 155 kilometers. And apparently, a bus has already come from Bangladesh to Agartala after a suspension of about a year. And let's see what happens with that, and how pro India the Bangladesh government will be. It doesn't look like it, but anyway, let me not call the shots too soon. And the Global AI Summit ended in Delhi with a huge bang. 86 countries have signed on to the Delhi Declaration, where they believe AI, especially in the global south, has to be a collaborative affair, should be fair and transparent for all the countries concerned, but also all the countries should have sovereignty over their AI data. And that is something that US and Chinese companies want to acquire from other parts of the world. They want to acquire the data and exploit it as much as they can. So let us see. The door has been opened to a lot of possibilities for India. And for the first time, a lot of countries, especially European Union, etc., have recognized the immense pool of talent that lies in India. So, in a sense, young India has been recognized, and a lot of doors are opening in Europe for young Indian IT professionals to go and collaborate and work there. And that is USA's loss. USA is trying to put up the walls under the Trump administration, making it more and more difficult even to file an An ordinary asylum petition for work is may take months or years or whatever. So it's a backward administration which wants to go back to backward times. And U.S. has always been a country of immigrants and founded by immigrants, and it will succeed only if immigrants are allowed in and they will collaborate basically to take the country forward. Otherwise, it's downhillsville for USA. That is what I see anyway. Um, in local news, the Delhi government has uh, announced a web portal for local citizens to address their grievances about any department in the Delhi government, be it the Delhi government, the DDA, the Delhi police, etc. They can go online or they can have a call number. And of course, their grievances would be addressed digitally and would be put on file according to the Delhi Chief Minister, Rekha Gupta. Now, what else do we have here? So, in entertainment news, at 94 years of age, William Shatner, the star actor Captain James Kirk in the Star Trek series, now wants to go down the heavy metal road. He wants to be a metal god in the music arena, and he's going to release an album covering songs of Ozzy Osbourne, Judas Priest, etc., at the age of 94. So there's hope for me yet. And he says that he has been to outer space and now he wants to explore his inner space. And he wants to explore the space of distortion. Uh, the actor of Grey's Anatomy, Eric Dane, left a message for his two daughters that they should be strong, fight, and never give up, and also fall in love, not necessarily with somebody, and they should choose their friends wisely. The Grey's Anatomy star passed away from ALS and went away too soon. What can we say? And what else do we say to you? Uh, longtime Delhi entrepreneur Shahnaz Hussain has received the Change Maker Award for 2026. It's been many years, decades, that she's been there in the forefront of herbal beauty products for women, etc. So it is quite an amazing experience, I would say. And she's still there, and she has become an icon, and so much so that she's included in the Harvard Curriculum as a course for people who reach their goals without advertising. And she was initially, that is, her face was the brand behind the product. And when she started off, of course, there was not much advertising at that time, or it would be very expensive to say the least. And what else can we say? Crime Patrol actor Anup Soni is very happy that he is getting other types of offers. He said he was content to not shake off the Crime Patrol image, the TV series that is very popular, uh, because he wanted to be true to his audience. But now he sees the opportunities coming, and he's glad he was patient and waited for opportunities to come his way. And after 47 years, superstar Southern actors Kamal Hassan and Rajnikant will be coming together in a new movie, and it's going to be shooting from the month of August, and a lot of excitement about it. It's going to be an action comedy. And on that note, we close the books. on Today Noise, and hope you get all the noise. And tune in and subscribe by the billion. Thank you.